Welcome back to Confessions of a Magical Mom. Today we're going to do the last part of our four-part park series, say that 10 times fast, where we talk about the park of Animal Kingdom. And since it is Hunter's favorite park, he's going to actually lead us today.
So in Animal Kingdom, their icon is the Tree of Life. Much like in Hollywood, it's the tower. Epcot, it's the ball, stuff like that. And actually, if you go, there's a path that takes you to the bottom of the tree, and if you look closely at the bottom, near the trunk, it actually has animals like carved into it. So I personally thought that was cool. But it is also home to the Land of Pandora, which I think it's, what's it called? The
Navi?
No.
I don't know what your
The floating
Avatar? The floating mountains?
No, it has an actual name that they gave it.
What?
Not Pandora.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well,
Let's
it's Pandora
Yeah.
from the movie Avatar,
Yeah.
the land of the Navi. So
Yeah. They, even if you don't like Avatar, which I don't know why you wouldn't, but if you don't, it's fun to just walk around and see how much effort they put into it. Like there are hand woven like statues that are all around that place instead of signs.
Yeah.
and it's worth seeing during the day, and it's worth going back and seeing at night because they use that bioluminescent paint all over everything, so the land literally glows at night.
It's
so
very cool.
It's definitely worth going to see at night as well.
Yeah. It is also home to animals, but it's not like a zoo, like you would think walking down a concrete path.
Yeah. I think it gets a lot of flack from people saying it's just like a zoo, but it's not like a zoo at all. And we actually skipped Animal Kingdom on our first ever trip as a family. We would do Magic Kingdom 2 days and didn't do Animal Kingdom. And then when we finally went to Animal Kingdom, we were really sad that we did that because that's one of our favorite parks as a family.
Yeah.
So, all right, so let's talk about the rides that they have at Animal Kingdom. Who wants to go first?
I'll go.
Okay.
So my favorite ride would have to be Mount Everest in Animal Kingdom. It is a roller coaster, so just be aware of that. I don't think it's like a super fast roller coaster or the biggest one on property, but it is definitely a big roller coaster. It does go forwards as well as it does go backwards about halfway through the ride. I know a lot of people can handle the forwards part of the roller coaster, but when it gets to the backwards, that's when people start not being a fan of it. I think it's fun. It kind of feels like you do a loop, but you don't actually. It's more of a spiral. So just a heads up for that. There is a height restriction on it too. I don't know the exact height restriction, but I do know that there is one. So.
All right.
My favorite is Dinosaur. I don't know if that's considered a roller coaster or not.
No.
I don't think so. But you get in like this little car and it's on a track, and it's like you're getting sent back in time to retrieve this certain dinosaur. But he puts you in there right as the meteor shower is coming down and the whole pew is about to happen. So it's pretty thrilling and scares some people. It's very loud. It's lots of flashing lights and gives me a little bit of anxiety, not gonna lie.
It's very rough.
Yeah, it's a rough ride. It's a dark ride. It's a loud ride, but it is not a roller coaster. I could ride it. I'm a scaredy cat, and I could ride it, and it doesn't bother me.
Well, it's because it's not scary because of the fact that it has drops or anything like that.
I think it has
it's scary because you are in the dark and your whole cart is shaking the whole time. You're bumping into people. It's just a lot happening. If you have ADD, good luck.
I wouldn't recommend it for small children, and I wouldn't recommend it for people that are sensitive to loud sounds or anything like that. But it's a really fun ride. That was actually going to be mine. Because it's one of my favorite rides too, but I picked a different one. So do you want to go next, talk about your favorite ride?
So my favorite ride would have to be Flight of Passage. It is a ride in Pandora where it's a 4D experience where they give you 3D goggles. It does have a height restriction, and you do have to be able to fit on the cart. They have one outside for you to go on the ride.
Yeah.
But it's like a 4D experience where you get on the cart, or not, it's not really a cart.
It's supposed to be like you're riding a banshee.
Yeah. And you get on and 3 restraints come up, one on your back, one on each leg. and it's 3D, so you can, everything looks like it's popping out. There's sights, smells, there's noises. It's like you're immersed in the world.
You straddle the ride almost like a motorcycle because it's like you're flying on the back of the Banshee.
Yeah.
So that can sometimes make people uncomfortable, but it's a really cool ride.
And you can feel the Banshee breathing while you're on there.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
A lot of detail put into that ride for sure. And then my favorite ride probably has to be, it was kind of a toss-up between Kilimanjaro Safari, which is where you can actually take a safari Jeep ride and see the different animals. But the one I went with was Kali River Rapids, which is the water ride. It is like a big raft that I think holds maybe 8-10 people, something like that. It's the big round raft, and you go through the rapids. I've ridden it before where I came off bone dry. I have ridden it before where I came off soaked to the bone. So like we said in our Magic Kingdom video when I talked about Splash Mountain, if you're going to ride it, I recommend taking a poncho or making it your last ride of the day or having a change of clothes or something like that, because there is a possibility you could get really wet. In the cooler months, they lower the water flow through the ride, so you have less tendency to get as soaked. But in the summer, they've got it on full blast, so you can get absolutely drenched when you go on that ride. But it is a fun ride to experience.
I do not like it.
All right, next is going to be food. The food that we like to eat at Animal Kingdom, because we have established we are an eating family. We love to eat, so we definitely are going to focus on that for a few minutes.
Yeah, so my favorite restaurant at Animal Kingdom is Tusker House. More specifically, I like their breakfast buffet, where they do have characters, and they are safari-themed characters. If you watched our video where we made homemade snacks, we did make the jungle juice from Tusker House. So go check that video out. But it is pricey because it is a character buffet. So just be aware of that. It's about $60 a person. Just a heads up. But that is definitely my favorite restaurant at Animal Kingdom.
All right.
I love a quick service we found on our last trip. It is amazing. We might have just been hungry, but it was the best thing ever, and it's called Yak and Yeti. It's over by Mount Everest, almost exactly at the entrance, I think. Mm-hmm. And it's they sell fried rice, and I think it's just kind of like Chinese food.
Yeah. Asian cuisine, I think is what they would call it.
It's so good.
Yeah, it's definitely a little hidden gem that we found last time.
Yeah.
All right, Hunter, how about you? What's your favorite food there?
I personally have not had this, but I have seen it, and it looks amazing. It is the I think it's called the Colossal Cinnamon Roll at Safari Coffee Shop. It's a massive cinnamon roll that's shaped like a Mickey.
I think I've seen it before.
Yeah.
I've just never had it.
We might have to try it when we get on our next trip, because I love carbs, I love sweets, and I love food shaped like Mickey. So it seems right up my alley. So we'll have to definitely try it. And it looked in the photo we saw, it looked large enough that you could share it easily, probably 2 or 3 people.
Yeah.
So, yeah. All right, my favorite place to eat is Flame Tree Barbecue. We found this on our first time we ever went to Animal Kingdom. It is a quick service, so you can order, I'm not sure if you can use mobile ordering or if you have to go up. It kind of sometimes has a long line, but Disney is really efficient in their line. So even if it has a long line, don't let that be a turnoff. There's lots of seating, and it is they serve barbecue pulled pork sandwiches. I think you can get a turkey leg. It's just a really good barbecue place. We are from Texas, so we are picky about our barbecue, and we like their barbecue there. The platters are big enough that you can even share with other people. Yeah. So it's a great way to save money, and if you're on the dining plan, it is included as one of your quick service meals. So that's definitely, we like Magic Kingdom the best for food probably, but Animal Kingdom has some pretty good options as well.
Yeah, I agree.
Too big.
So the last thing we always like to talk about when we're doing a park is the things that we like to just see or do at the park that maybe aren't necessarily rides or restaurants or things like that. So we're going to go around and talk about those. So Caroline, what is your favorite thing to see?
My favorite thing to see would be Rivers of Light, which is a nighttime show right across from Mount Everest. I know that it is in a auditorium type seating, so in an outside theater. So there's plenty of seating in there for everyone. You can get a fast pass for it, which means you get to go in earlier and get your seat, which means you get a closer up seat. But it's just a really cool show to see. It's very colorful. It is something that also, a little tip, if you really don't want to sit down and watch the whole show, there you can stand like at fencing right across from Mount Everest and also down a little bit by the monkeys. You can still see the show just fine from there if you just want to catch a glimpse of it. But if you do want to watch the whole thing, I suggest you have a seat and enjoy that.
I've never seen it.
We watched a little bit of it on our last trip.
Yeah, we watched a little bit of it.
Oh, okay, I've seen a little bit of it.
It was those little flowers.
I haven't.
Yeah.
I
Oh, yeah, that's right.
invited last time.
You were invited last time. You were gone to summer camp.
Next.
My favorite thing to see is actually in the Tree of Life. Sorry. It's actually in the Tree of Life, and it's a show about a bug's life. Is that what the movie's called?
Yep.
Yeah.
So they talk, it's basically you go in there, and in the tree, like the base of the tree, there's like a little auditorium or theater, and you go in there and you get these little like 3D glasses, and it's a little 3D show. There's like some what's it called, like smells and effects and stuff, and it's basically Flint showing you all the different bugs in his world, and it's like, I think it's supposed to be like you're training to be a bug or something.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun, but watch your seats.
And is his name Flint or Flick?
Flick.
I think it's Flick.
It's been a while.
So, all right, good deal. Hunter, how about you?
My favorite thing to see would have to be just Pandora in general. Just to walk in there and see the hand woven,
Carved.
yeah, and carved and stuff. Like, and they put so much detail. They make plants that you actually see in the movies and you can interact with. They have banshees on the floating mountains. And at night they do light up like we said. And I'm pretty sure they start like you can see them shaking on the mountains or something. I heard somewhere.
We watched a video about it on somewhere on YouTube that you can. So that's something we need
I
to.
think it was Tim Tracker.
It was probably Tim Tracker.
He's our favorite.
So we need to make sure and look closely when we go next time.
Yeah. So I like when we're at Animal Kingdom to go around to the different countries like Africa. They are kind of divided into, I don't know, I guess you maybe call them regions. There's Asia and there's Africa. And in each of those countries are like artisans that are like doing like carvings or putting on like musical shows and things like that I think, you know, are native to that region. And then they also have gift shops that sell actual things that are hand carved there on property by people from that area. And so those are really cool, like little souvenirs that you can get that are not necessarily Mickey Mouse, but you could remember your trip, and it also helps them out. So I like to go around to the different little regions and see the artisans and the gift shops and things like that when I'm at Animal Kingdom.
Yep.
So today was a short video. We tried to keep it short and sweet. So you want to wrap it up for Animal Kingdom?
Yeah.
Can I give a little tribute to in the back of Animal Kingdom? There's a little tiny kids area called Dinosaur. The dinosaur area.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
They
And
have
it has,
rides.
It's a lot of little kid rides, and it's
Yeah.
it's just dinosaur
And-
themes and stuff.
And also something we found on a trip one time, sorry Hunter, I'll let you finish in a second. There's actually a train that you can take that takes you to this like other section of the park that's called Rafiki's Planet Watch. And when we went back there, it was so cool. It was like this like area that you could learn about animals. You could watch them. They were doing surgery on an animal. Rafiki was back there. You could meet him. I checked out when they brought the snakes out to do like a demonstration. Don't do snakes. But it's something that we just happened upon on a trip, and we were like, where does this train go? And we jumped on, and it was pretty cool. It took us to the, I mean, it's just like, it's a really cool area that I think a lot of people don't realize. You really could
never
spend
heard of it.
all day there just doing the animals, and then all day there doing the Disney side of it as well. So.
I mean, it's an air-conditioned vehicle. I mean, what can go wrong?
Yeah.
A lot. But
So, all right. So, yeah, there's a couple of hidden gems in Animal Kingdom. So, make sure you do your research before you go to Animal Kingdom so you can make sure that you do what's important to your family while you're there. Anything else you want to add since it's your favorite?
No, I think that about covers it.
It about covers it. So Animal Kingdom does get a reputation for being the park that a lot of people skip. I don't recommend skipping it. Even if it's your first trip, at least go for half a day. At least go to experience it. It's just, I don't know, it's my second favorite park of all the Disney parks. So we definitely recommend Animal Kingdom, and we will be visiting there on our next trip for sure.
Go grab Forky.
All right, so that wraps it up for Animal Kingdom. So check back in a few days to see what exciting video we're gonna make next. Yeah. We don't even know.
We know.
So if you have something you want to see us talk about, comment below.
Yeah.
Lily, do your little thing.
Like, subscribe, hit the bell, and share.
Like, subscribe, hit the bell, share. Go find us on Instagram at
Confessions of a Magical Mom. I will link it below.
Go follow us on Facebook at
Confessions of a Magical Mom.
And share with your friends.
Yeah.
All right. We'll see you soon.
Bye. We have a new friend.
Oh.
I'm trash.
Nope, it's not that. It's the